Keefe D, the man who has long claimed involvement in Tupac's demise, has finally been apprehended. However, this arrest appears to be merely the beginning of a larger story. Keefe had previously admitted that Diddy orchestrated the entire scheme and paid him a hefty sum of $1 million to eliminate both Tupac and Suge Knight. Recent reports suggest that Keefe may be considering cooperating with law enforcement and implicating Diddy. Diddy is reportedly in a state of panic as his alleged connections with law enforcement no longer provide him with protection. It seems increasingly likely that there could be significant developments in the Diddy-Tupac assassination connection in the near future. Is Diddy truly at risk of facing legal consequences alongside Keefe D for Tupac's demise? That's what we're going to find out today. But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's dive in. A significant breakthrough has emerged in the long-standing mystery surrounding the tragic 1996 incident that claimed the life of the legendary Tupac Shakur. In a recent turn of events, a man whom prosecutors believed played a pivotal role in orchestrating the incident has been arrested and formally charged with crime in Las Vegas. The individual in question is Dwayne Keefe D Davis, who has long been under scrutiny of investigators as one of the initial 4 suspects. Davis is now identified as the alleged mastermind behind the group's actions.
Talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother.
Law enforcement authorities executed Davis's arrest as he was taking a stroll near his residence on the outskirts of Las Vegas. Remarkably, this apprehension occurred just hours before prosecutors revealed in court that a Nevada grand jury had issued an indictment against him, charging him with 1 count of crime involving a deadly weapon. Davis, who is currently 60 years old, finds himself at the center of renewed attention in the ongoing investigation into the tragic events of that fateful night in 1996. Keefe is slated to make his court appearance next week, where the proceedings will take an interesting turn. The jury has opted to include a sentencing enhancement linked to gang activity, which, if Keefe is convicted, could potentially result in an additional 20 years being tacked onto his sentence. It's worth noting that Keefe is not being accused as the alleged shooter who fired the fatal shots at Tupac. Nevertheless, Nevada law allows individuals to face charges if they are found to have assisted in the commission of a crime. During the search of Keefe's residence, authorities seized numerous electronic devices, including hard drives, tablets, and laptops. Additionally, they confiscated documents related to TV programs, documentaries, YouTube episodes, book manuscripts, and movies that revolve around Tupac's tragic demise. These discoveries could potentially shed light on Keefe's level of involvement and motive in the case, adding another layer of complexity to the ongoing investigation.
For Tupac's murder, let's break it down.
If you could say anything to Puffy after everything you did for him, what would you say to him?
I'm still here, bro.
Among the items confiscated during the search were a copy of Vibe magazine featuring Tupac and a book titled Compton Street Legend, which Keefe had co-authored. The police's interest in Keefe appears to have been triggered by his involvement in the Netflix documentary series Unsolved and the subsequent release of his book Compton Street Legend a year later. In both the documentary and the book, Keefe made suggestive statements implying that he had been inside the car with the individual responsible for Tupac's passing. It's noteworthy that during the initial investigations, Keefe had vehemently denied any involvement and had been cleared of all charges. However, in the documentary and his book, he subtly hinted at his connection to the events surrounding the passing. In a revealing turn of events in July 2019, Keefe openly acknowledged his role in Tupac's passing during an interview on Vlad TV. He confirmed that he had been the passenger in the white Cadillac on the night of the incident, but declined to disclose the identities of the other individuals in the car. Keefe did, however, reveal that the shooter was Orlando Anderson, his nephew. He further mentioned that the shooting was in retaliation for an earlier altercation at the MGM Grand, where Tupac and his entourage had been involved in a physical confrontation. These admissions have added significant complexity to the ongoing investigation into Tupac Shakur's end.
27 years after rapper Tupac Shakur was shot to death in a car in Las Vegas, a man who confessed to his involvement in the crime.
A retired LAPD detective says he has solved the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur, who was gunned down in Las Vegas.
What the police have refrained from discussing publicly, at least so far, is Keefe's prior claim that Diddy had offered a substantial sum of $1 million to the Southside Crips to eliminate both Tupac and Death Row Records CEO, Suge Knight. The startling allegations aligns with statements made by former LAPD detective Greg Kading, who had worked on the Tupac and Biggie Smalls cases. Kading publicly asserted that investigators possessed evidence indicating that Diddy had indeed paid Keefe $1 million to orchestrate the crimes of Tupac and Suge. Notably, there exists a recording of Keefe confessing to these details to investigators years ago. In a significant development, Keefe D has now pointed to his own nephew as Tupac Shakur's perpetrator, reinforcing his claims as an informant in 1997, who had informed investigators that Puffy had enlisted the Southside Crips to carry out the demise of both Suge and Tupac. The puzzling aspect of this case lies in the 27-year gap between the events and Keefe's arrest, especially considering his open confession and willingness to discuss his involvement on various podcasts. This delay has fueled speculation on the internet, with fans and theorists suggesting that authorities might have been waiting for Keefe to potentially cooperate and provide information about the alleged true mastermind, Sean Diddy Combs. The intricate web of details and connections in this case continues to captivate the public's imagination and curiosity. The Tupac Shakur case has long been shrouded in complexity and multiple theories. Initially, the prevailing theory suggested that Tupac was targeted because of a physical altercation between him and his crew and Orlando Anderson, a member of the Southside Crips, after a Mike Tyson fight in Vegas. This led to the belief that all other stories involving Diddy and Biggie were mere conspiracy theories. Some people even thought that Diddy's statement about putting $1 million bounty on Tupac was simply an attempt to create controversy.
The police don't want to find out who shot me. They happy. I mean, my recollection of the story was I was shooting a video, the second half of Warning, which is on the B side of Big Papa, and I was shooting that around the block, and I heard my man was up at the studio doing a Junior Mafia session. So I got off at the reception area, and I saw Andre and Little Sean. So I saw him saying what's up to me, I'm about to get on the elevator, and he comes out shot.
The Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man, said my man turned his back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And like the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
Got different accounts of what happened, and I'm the one with the bullet wounds. It's not important that other people know what happened to me. I just said it. Now that I said it, it's dead. You can believe me or not believe me. I did what I had to do.
Orlando Anderson and Keefe D both had connections to Diddy and Biggie, and they worked in security for them. Diddy's decision to employ Keefe D as security may have been influenced by the belief that Keefe had influence in the Compton gang scene and was someone Suge Knight would avoid crossing paths with. The initial incident that led to Tupac's altercation with Orlando Anderson was reportedly the theft of a Death Row medallion from a Death Row affiliate and an alleged gang member. The motive behind this theft was said to be Diddy's desire to obtain a Death Row chain for use in a music video to taunt Suge Knight. This suggests that Tupac's case might have been the result of a random act that spiraled out of control. However, it's important to note that gang members often resort to harmful acts for various reasons, sometimes even minor ones. Despite the potential for a simpler explanation, there are still many fans who believe that Tupac's assassination was not a random act, and that Diddy's offer of $1 million to Keefe D to take out Tupac was a serious matter. Keefe D in interviews has sometimes downplayed Diddy's statements, making it appear as though they weren't taken too seriously at the time. The Tupac Shakur case remains a complex and intriguing mystery with multiple layers and theories, leaving room for continued speculation and debate among fans and investigators alike. The arrest and charges against Keefe have sparked speculation that authorities may have uncovered a potential paper trail connecting Diddy's alleged $1 million offer to Tupac's case. Keefe's previous statement that he never received the $1 million because he never had a chance to speak with Diddy after Tupac's demise has created a scenario where the story of Diddy placing a bounty on Tupac's head appears to be based on hearsay without concrete proof. However, reports suggest that there is evidence indicating that Diddy may have funneled the money through an intermediary, Eric Von Zip. According to Keefe, Von Zip used the bounty money to open a nightclub instead of passing it on to the Southside Crips.
This is the indictment we've been waiting almost 3 decades for.
Keefe D, the man who has been boasting about it.
Up until now, these details have remained part of the narrative without any concrete evidence linking Diddy's $1 million offer directly to Tupac's demise. The timing of Keefe's arrest raises intriguing questions, leading some to wonder if law enforcement agencies might have new information or evidence that could potentially implicate Diddy in a more substantial way. Diddy himself has not publicly addressed Keefe's allegations, and when asked about them on The Breakfast Club, he did not provide a clear response. The evolving nature of this case continues to keep fans and observers engaged as they await further developments and potential revelations regarding the events surrounding Tupac Shakur's demise and the alleged involvement of individuals like Diddy. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.